Pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla rullaan. Pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla. Arrivederci kuittaile paluta. Taas samat etuvalot takaikkunas. Lähtö liian aikasi aamulla. Eka mutka pitkäksi, no silti hännille tippumas. Ote ruorista, sit kun nilkkaani suorista. Pitäkää te kiinni teidän kuorista. Taas kohtakaksen on jarruihin koskemas. Vaikkei tässä olla mihkä enää sotkemas. Pito löytyy pitkin asfaltteja hiekkoja. Ja kyllä tää peli kestää pienen pikki kiekkoja. Pelkällä pintakaasul podiumilta podiumille. Yhdet unohtuville ja aamus kotiunille. Rullaan pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla rullaan. Pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla.
Lenkkarit jalas, verkkarit tanas. Suomi räpi, lemparit ja paras. Kädet mullassa, säkeet kullasta. Su tulee ole pähet mun kanssa, myytiin jo aikoinaan fyysistä kultaa. Tuu baby ja nauti kyydistä munkaan. Ollut nöyrää mut retee, löysää mut tekee, tuonut pöytään mon tekee. Nähty kun historia piirrettiin, Silkist, Victoria Secretti. Takapenki kynä, niska katto luukust hynä. Viskaa tehty täällä on hyvä, liksaa samalla kun me syö pizzaa.
Rullaan pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla rullaan. Pintakaasulla korvaan, hinnanlaadulla vaihtuu ilta aamun ja maa viekin palulla.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the Spanish Grand Prix qualifying. Welcome everybody. We are heading right at the track where a dry and clean qualifying session is about to happen. And the game just crashed. GG. Just a second and we'll be back. We certainly like to run into some problems before we start, so let's quickly do this and then we'll be continuing our race. Oh, qualifying, sorry. Okay. Everything seems to be working. So. And there we are. Everything seems to be working just fine, so let's go. the first set of drivers already out on the track. First one seems to be the two Williams of Sylvester Gaal and Rosetta Martinez. Behind is Enis Pratchkey and then Jake Tinsley, Alfa Di Roosevelt, Arnold, Lasek and so on. Hopefully the two Williams drivers won't cause issues to each other, because that would not be so nice, as you can probably imagine. And we're gonna go on board with Sylvester Gaal if he's not gonna get overtaken by Martinez for a hot lap. And Sylvester Gaal comes to the start finish, he finishes the lap and goes second behind Rosetta Martinez, and his Pratchkey takes third place behind them. Alfa Dil will be taking the original pole position, but Jack Diesel on the reversal lap, 26, and Arnold also to 26. By Kulasek takes original pole position. Just lap position to be going to 6, Miklos Gaal behind Balin Borkovic. Let's see how can the original driver do. Hello Ruslan, welcome to the chat. Let's see, Miklos Gaal goes 5th, while Borkovic takes provisional pole position. Alex Lowan in the Honda behind. Let's see if he can take any faster, and now he stays 8th. I mean, goes 8th. Raya goes behind Mishik, who's in 6th. David Kokai goes 12th, fastest with Jago taking 7th, Darabosh taking 5th, and Leibert taking provisional pole, with more taking the provisional pole. Blake with a brilliant lap. Jozef and Sütő coming next. Not the best lap, but going to have a place. Harry Blackwood, who scored points in the last race, takes 17th position, while Fraser goes 7th, and Baldinger takes the 7th place away from him. So that's fine. There's our provisional pole position sitter. There is Blake Moore on provisional pole position with the Renault. There we have Moore on first, with Liberta second, Borkovic third. We see Moore and Liberta in a quite a big fight for first place. And then there is a huge drop, almost 1 second, to Borkovic in third and Kulasek in fourth. Alfa Dil fifth, Darabosh 6th, Valdinger 7th, Fraser 8th, Sütő 9, Martinez 10, Sylvester Gaal 11, Jago 12, Mishik 13, Miklos Gaal 14, Pratchkey 15, Lowan 16, Project 17, Kokai 18, Blackwood 9, Arnold on the 20th of the being held up, Tinsley 31, and Raye 22nd. As everybody returns back to the pits. Barashki already out from the pit in Northern Macedonian driver. Already out very fast, keen to get another lap in, keen to have clear traffic, keen to do what's best for him. And that is to get better position. Right behind him is Alfadil, who is 5th, almost 3 down from pole position. Is Borkovic in 3rd, also 1 second down. Luan down in 16th, Iago 12th. But yeah, it's gonna be Parachki who's gonna take the lap again. So shall we go on board? Let's do it. Finish Brashki, goes around and goes to 9th fastest. The much better improvement for him is Kokai just starting his lap time, also Blackwood starting a lap, Mishik and Darabosh starting a lap, Raye starting his lap, and there's Alfadil who has been improving in his 2nd sector. Let's see how much improvement can he find going into the 3rd and now taking the last corner on the track after the very slow chicanes. Let's see Alfadil looking good and taking 3rd place. Improving much more Borkovic, not only improving lap 4th at the moment. Doesn't look like improvement to me, and indeed it's not going to be any sort of improvement. Quite down, not down, and now it's Luat with another improving lap, and he cannot improve in the end, lose a lot of time, but Iago takes 8th position and Miklos Gal takes the pace from Iago. Kulaszek, who's not improving, 5th at the moment. Yep, no fun improvement. Maibata also not improving in the 2nd sector. Let's see if he can come any closer, and no, he can't. Arnold taking 4th, very good improvement from Arnold, and now it's Gal who cannot find any improvement, but Moore takes 1st, and it's Sütő who's an improving lap, goes 9th fastest. Check Titzle behind, also improving on his lap after 2nd sector. Let's see, can he keep it up? Yes, he can, but only going 21st. Fraser going 7th, while Portsuk is not improving. Kokai on improving lap, going 13th. Blackwood then behind. Not an improving lap, but improves a little, goes 20th. Darabosh, no improvement. Mishik, no improvement. Rayo on an improving lap, 22nd last at the moment. How much better can he go? And not much, stays last. Looks like that is done for now. So it's Blackmore still in the lead of the race. And is he in the lead by a lot? We can say probably yes, he is. 0.2 and the time better Alpha 0.5 down, Arnold 0.8 down, and Borkovic 1.2, Kulaszek 6th, Fraser 7th, and Darabosh 8th. Outside of the top is Waldinger in 9th, Sütő in 10th, Miklos Gal in 11th, Iago in 12th, Kokai in 13th, Prachki 14th, Martinez 15th, Silvestre Gal 16th, Mishik 17th, Luan 18th, Protsuk 19th, Blackwood 20th, Tizi 21, and Raye, only driver who is 4 seconds behind pole position in 22nd place. As he parks his vehicle into the pits with 8.5 minutes to go from qualifying. That's gonna set us up for the race. as we see multiple cars coming back. Right now, a good qualifying would help Renault a lot since, let's be honest, they are not doing the best this season. If you have a look at standings, the first Renault driver that we can see is 18th place Blake Moore, no points, won the diamond on the opening race and no points from Bahrain, and Borkovic behind the same. But his Bahrain was rather comical than good. So yes, he was quite bad. Frederik got first out on the track. Yeah, I think there's no reason why he should be happy with his pace or whatever you want to call it, because he was not good at it for sure. And yet in the team's championship, Renault is the only team that hasn't scored points this season yet. We don't really expect that to see from Renault, a team so high in the food chain, you know, of Formula 1. Don't really expect them to be down there, and Toyota also down, but that's good. And BMW also down. We're gonna move on board with a different onboard to have a look at. We're gonna have a look at from this camera. Let's see. And let's start through it. Also Ferrari, we know that they are leading the championship after appearing 1-2 from Bahrain with 23 points. It's Red Bull then with only 10 points scored, but still enough to be second. Then Honda also with only 8 points, McLaren with 7 is 4 and Williams 56 points, and Force India obviously 6 with 6 points. Toro Rosso 5 points, 7th. Super Aguri have 5 points as well. 4 scored on the first race, and then 1 scored in Bahrain. Very good. I'm not sure why they 8th and Toro Rosso are ahead of them, because Super Aguri scored points on both races, so they should be 7th of 8, but that doesn't matter now. BMW also 5 points. 9th, so they should be 8th. Then it's Toyota with 3 on the opening race in Australia, and then Renault with no points, and the championship is being led by Al Fadil, who scored points in both races. And it is 13, and it's Sütő behind Red Bull in 10th, and Magberta also 10 points. Drivers that have still not scored points are Wojtek Oleszek, Sylvester Gál, Miklós Gál, Blake Moore, Jake Blizzard, Daniel Fraser, Barry Goodrich, Jack Thomas, and Race and Mark Bopay. Obviously we know Daniel Fraser has been very close to scoring points twice now. Didn't really went their way in the last races, as that was not improvement. The Toyota driver. I'm trying to find the next driver, but it's a big train. There's Waldingen, who is indeed improving on his personal best. But how much is it gonna be? He's 9th at the moment, that's the keen to make a big expression. And that is a very slight improvement, stays 9th. More starting his lap. No, also not in his lap. Not improving. Borkovic 5th right now, not finding any improvement in the second sector. And in 3rd, no. Antonio Iago improving, but lost it in the last sector. Wojtek Oleszek coming through. And does not find any improvement either. Sylvester Gál doing his 2nd lap. Not second, sorry, 3rd lap. On to qualifying, and that's exactly the same lap time set as his first one. Miklós Gál then with Red Bull 11th right now. No improvement as well. Fraser 7th, no improvement. Martinez looking to find a better lap, and thus goes 13th. Norberta stays as he is. Kokai also staying as he is. Darabon going to 7th, Moore staying. Arnold going 3rd, a brilliant lap. Jake Tidsley not improving, still 21st. Stays as he is. Jafari Blackwood, point scorer from the last race, as we mentioned before. Mugaray improving, and he was 21st, finally not last. Sütő not improving, staying 10th. And looks like this is it. Let's see if any of those drivers can get out. Obviously they need to leave the pits before... Ooh, McLaren going for dive. They need to leave the pit area. They need to leave around 120 at the lowest, and then they have to push a lot. 125 I would say rather. They had the gap, so we'll see how many drivers. They have precisely 1 minute to get out from the pit lane now. So let's see if they can actually get out of the pits in time. And who's gonna be that person? I think we already saw the one driver who's leaving. Indeed, the Force India. He's gonna have plenty of time to start a new lap.
2 minutes remaining.
That's Mishik, who wasn't out last time. He's leaving now for the very final run. He was waiting so some more rubber to get on the track for him. So that's really a good idea. And let's see if he can move from 18th, because he's not doing so well right now. It's Barachki 16th, also wasn't out last time. So let's see if he can go any faster. There's only 2 of those out on the track. And there's one more car leaving, as probably there's gonna be the last car that's gonna be able to do a lap time. And this looks like it's Kulashek, I would say, but I'm not sure if he's really gonna have time to do a lap. This is Kulashek. We'll see if he's gonna have enough time. Mishik, we will go on board with him. Hopefully he won't get blocked. We know that Mishik, Barachki and Kulashek should be the only 3 drivers now to be able to, so the both are gonna be able to set a lap time. So let's go on board with Mishik. Let's see if we can do anything in this qualifying. Also, hello everybody in the chat, welcome here. Hopefully you enjoy qualifying. We have 45 seconds to go and Mishik starts his lap. Looks like nobody's gonna intervene into his lap. So let's look at this. I hope everybody feels good. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night to everybody watching all around the world. Roslav Mishik in the first sector, not improving to the leader, but definitely faster than himself in the first sector. By much, but better than nothing. Track itself quite tricky, quite difficult to race at, quite difficult to overtake at. That's why we usually have quite a boring race at this track. It's boring, especially the last sector, but you can slow down a lot by that chicane. And yeah, it's just a very boring race as usually. Then faster than himself by almost 1/10 of a second. But is it gonna be enough for Mishik to move from 18th to any better? And let's see the Force India attack in the last corner on the track. There's gonna be some slight improvement, I suppose, and it is indeed. It's good. 14 fastest. What an improvement found. Barachki also improving. Down at 17th with the Toyota. Can he go any faster? We still have one sleeping guy in the chat. Find Kulashek if he was able to start a lap, and yes he was, but he's not so fast. But the Kulashek at 6th place, it would be a very wonderful qualifying for the Czech driver. But can he go any better than this lap? It looks like no he can't. And this is qualifying over, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it, qualifying done. So there we have the top 6. We're obviously gonna have a look at the starting grid. Indeed, we have a burnout on pole, but we will go through this before the start of the race. Now we're gonna move for our scheduled break. I'm gonna save it real quick. Perfect. Also load it back. Perfect. Now let's move to the scheduled break and we will be just right back.
I'm hearing voices in my head, there's no way to escape. Da 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 da, they got me. Anytime, anywhere, my mind in the air. Da 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 da, surround me. They surround me. Surround me. Anytime, anywhere, my mind in the air. They're waiting for me. They're calling on me.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time. Real good time.
Surround me.
Yeah, we cool, yeah, we drunk, lost my mind, and baby, I feel high. I feel high.
They're calling on me.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time. Real good time.
Surround me.
Yeah, we cool, yeah, we drunk, lost my mind, and baby, I feel high. I feel high.
They're calling on me. I'm hearing voices in my head. There's no way to escape. Da 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 da. They got me. Anytime, anywhere. My mind in the air. Da 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 da. Surround me.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time. Real good time. Yeah, we cool, yeah, we drunk, lost my mind, and baby, I feel high. I feel high.
They surround me. Surround me. Anytime, anywhere. My mind in the air. They're waiting for me. They're calling on me.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time. Real good time.
Surround me.
Yeah, we cool, yeah, we drunk, lost my mind, and baby, I feel high. I feel high.
They're calling on me.
Lay low, hit the sun, everybody have a real good time. Real good time.
Surround me.
Yeah, we cool, yeah, we drunk, lost my mind, and baby, I feel high. I feel high.
They're calling on me.
Bert, onko sun heittämällä tulla? Käyttääks äijävelkit pikkuja? Oh my days.
Ja sulla on askissa pieni ja yks lasi konjakki. Ei oo parempaa komboa. Ei oo, ei oo, ei oo. Shotguni kiesiin ja jatkoille kontakti. Ei oo parempaa komboa. Ei oo, ei oo.
Nojaa shotgunis, täs raidis, mä top shottaa, jäit lasis. Ei Nikola mun kombonaa, tähtäimes, lolloja, lortoja, jos alle 8, ei mahis, bombojaas. Mun kuskilla on plugi toisel puolel kylä, 0 kundi on vaan muji, siellä on huolel hyvä. Kodat tulkaa nopsaa, nää synttärit on crazyt, ei oo lahjoi, paras ylläri on meitsi ja pikkuhiljaa alkaa viihtymään, ehkä siellä on jotain show, ei ne haluu ehkä tulla munkaan. Motarilla 150, huo kuskille, nosta sitä vola, pistä musa pumppaa.
Ja sulla on askissa pieni ja yks lasi konjakki. Ei oo parempaa komboa. Ei oo, ei oo, ei oo. Shotguni kiesiin ja jatkoille kontakti. Ei oo parempaa komboa. Ei oo, ei oo, ei oo.
Mä tuun mestaa, jengi tuulettaa, mut en mä tanssi mun vanssit, vaan two-steppaa. Shadi tuo tsekkaa, voisi kuljettaa, kohta sene kohti porukoitten huonetta. Siis jos se haluu seuraa mua sinne ja ehkä duunaa jotain, mä voin antaa luvan siihen. Kilistetään punaviinein, se tulee mun mukaan viimein. Risukuteita rupee jutella muka diipei. Fuck maassa, ihan sama, mä haluu alluu. Ja just silloin mun kuski jo sammu paljon. Nyt jengi huutaa, pitää muuvaa. Pakko tilaa kävi läheks mege. Täältä menee, kyllä mulla on tilaa kämpin liian vaikee. Haikse, kyllä fiilaa meitsiä, mut nyt on aula täynnä, se näyttää liian keisiltä. Hei sii, tää on välikynnystä duuni kävi.
It's time to go back and race. We have approximately 3 minutes to go, but we're gonna start with a little head start. So it's race then, is it? And it's Blakemore on pole position as we knew. 40 laps around Barcelona, obviously. Blakemore in the Renault in the pole position. Albert Nagiberto in the Ferrari second. And Alexander Arnold finally a good qualifying from this guy in third. I mean Al-Fadil in fourth. Balvin Burkovic 5th and Wojtek Kulasek 6th. Great qualifying for this guy as well. 7th for Daniel Darabosh in McLaren. And 8th also very good for Enis Pratchki. 9th for Daniel Fraser. And 10th is Spencer Waldinger. Josef Frederik Sütő is 11th with his teammate Miklos Gal at 12th. Danilo Jago 13th. And 14th is Rosetta Martinez with 15th Ruslan Mishik. And 16th Mark Kokai with the Super Aguri. 17th Ruslan Protsiuk. 18th Sylvester Gal in the Williams. 19th Alex Luan and 20th Jeffrey Blackwood. The last row of the grid. Hugo Raye and Jake Tidsley. No rain to be expected for the race. So hopefully everything should be all right. I was gonna wait until the clock will move to 13:59 and then we'll go on. As you can see then, clear conditions on the racetrack for the whole distance of the race. 59. Time to move on. This car we see is on pole position, so we expect a lot from them, right? I guess that's fair enough to say that we expect them to hold the lead up until the end of the race. Two Ferraris lined up behind each other, taking this race very serious, obviously, as all of them. Second, third, fourth, and 5 lights are shining red as they go out, and we are racing here in Spain with the Bobos Grand Prix 2008 offline championship in Grand Prix 4, and let's see side by side. Nalberta already taking the lead and the other Ferrari falling asleep at the start. Nalberta takes the lead going into turn 1, but Moore takes it back and Nalberta keeps the car there while the BMW behind of Alexander Arnold is chasing them down, and look, it's almost a 3 wide going there. And look at the start from Arnold, absolutely outclassing the field ahead of him, moving up to third, and what a start from the Ferrari of Nalberta. Darabosh at 5th and Al-Fadil dropping back to 6th position. What happened to this guy at the start? While we have yellow flag, we're gonna have a look at it, that's for sure. Look at Al-Fadil, who's from 4th. He just dropped back quite massive. He just braked off. Yellow flag, let's have a look where and why. Yeah, yellow flag, oh, okay. That's weird. We had a yellow flag, but we didn't actually have a yellow flag, so. Okay. Look at this side-by-side action going into the hairpin, and they almost make contact! Look at this side-by-side action with the drivers. Oh my god, and there's Sylvester Gal without the rear wing, and this is Luan without the front wing. Look, Luan just decided to stop braking and went into the back of Sylvester Gal ahead. Høyre kurt, Albert, høyre kurt. So we will have the first 2 cars getting back to the pits, that's for sure. Let's see Neuberta with 1:23.690, the fastest lap, and already we see Darabos against Alfadil. Sorry, Alfadil against Darabos going into turn 1. Darabos taking 5th place without any problems. Behind we see Waldinger taking 8th place from Fraser. Side by side, Protsuk against Garland, 15th place. Ooh, Martinez defending, and Blackwood going ahead of Tidsley as we have the two other cars back into the pits. Blake Moore making a little mistake, but just catching the car in time from its misery. As we do see died race. Yes, that's a good question. I was talking about this in the qualifying session. That Daniel was 2 times in the place of podium, one of them being in the lead, and his car just decided to fail on him both times. So, well, we will have to wait and see, won't we? Neuberta with 119 taking the fastest lap, and it's Alfadil against Borkovic going into turn 1. Already got the position, and that is job done from Amin Alfadil with the 4th. Brilliant start from him, and Borkovic, sorry, Mo already is. It's difficult to see from his perspective the Ferrari ahead. So we can definitely say that Neuberta is on a push today as Iago is fighting against Mishik and going into the very famous right-hander. He cannot make the move on his teammate. This is holding them both up, and especially you see the train behind. That's not looking good as Arnold is being attacked from the Ferrari behind, and can the Ferrari make the move on the BMW? It's Arnold against Alfadil, and Alfadil already going behind him. Is it gonna be a dive? Yes, it is gonna be a dive, and Alfadil takes 3rd position like it's nothing, and it's more ahead. Ferrari 1-2, looking realistic again as Mishik is defending hard, and behind is Protsuk also defending against the Super Aguri and Red Bull. On 1:19.672, Alberta with the new fastest lap of the race. Alfadil 1:19.5 taking the fastest lap. Alfadil on just very different pace than the other cars ahead and behind. Iago now finally moves out of slipstream, takes the position as Mishik has some sort of a issue, and it is very fast, ladies and gentlemen.
Try and get back.
A water leak on Mishik's car. Mishik's race is over before it even started. We have yellow flag conditions. Oh no, that's Alexander Arnold! And Arnold's race is done! Arnold's race is done! What in the bloody world happened to Arnold? Down at 4th position. What did he do? He just made a mistake, a big mistake, a major mistake. And Arnold is out of the race before it even really started. Arnold, who finally had an absolutely beautiful qualifying and even a better start. Look at this mistake. Look at this mistake. Balint Borkovic he was just there. He didn't do anything. Look, he just went next to him and he just died off him. Are we gonna be able to see it from this perspective after? Oh no, a big major crash. Look at the debris. Can the Ferrari see it maybe? I'm not quite sure. Ah, yes, he can. Oh. Darabos Daniel, let's see his perspective. Oh yeah. Hopefully the driver is okay. 1325 I died. Well, it's not because of a mechanical issue, that's for sure. And that's the smoking car. And that is Mishi, who's also out of the race. We have the first two retirements of this race. Smashing it into the wall. Yes, and the Ferrari engines. Now, the Ferraris have to worry, because let's remember, this same Ferrari engine is running on... I'm quite sure on those two Ferraris that are ahead, and the other Ferraris that are in this race, it's the same Ferrari running. So that's gonna be a very interesting one to be looking forward to. This is Mishi being pushed away from the track. And as Norberta is still in the lead of the race. And there is the chasing Ferrari behind. More against Al Fadil. How long this race is gonna take? It's gonna be a great question. Yellow flag still out there. The car is now being pushed away finally. Yellow flags are still out there. And now finally Mishi's car has been pushed away. As they move back to the lead of the race, Norberta, who has a very comfortable lead right now. This is gonna be worrying for the other Ferraris after one of the Ferrari engine powered cars just failed. Let's wait and see. As there is a fight between Sütő and Frederik. Sorry, I had to quickly get the message back to my nephew. Cousin, sorry. As Frederik takes the place ahead of Sütő into 10th. As Moore is being attacked more and more, and Kolasek still at 6th position still. Doing a brilliant job as he is in 6th Honda. Hopefully gonna score some points, but he's the great McLaren sandwich. So it's gonna be an interesting one. Sütő has to keep on defending because there are cars behind, especially Rayado, his brother of Jozef Frederik Sütő in the Force India, attacking him. Hopefully trying to get him or get ahead of him. As Al-Fadil is in reaching distance. 2 more. Thiago is going for the move on his brother, going into turn 1, should not be so difficult. And no, he's not getting the job done yet. Thiago trying to find a way around his brother in the Red Bull ahead, who is the one winner. The first ever winner in the Bush is for the Red Bull ahead. And last time we saw this guy being in the point as well. So I can say that both brothers have some points. Blake Moore in second. Protsy going on the move on Barachki ahead, but this is trying to. Kazakhstani driver trying to get himself into the points, but the points are still quite far away. So Al-Fadil is indeed very close. Jack Neuberta ahead though is 2.6 still, so he's keeping it up quite well. But how long can he keep this up? That's a great question. The Al-Fadil is going for the push. Obviously Ferrari would love to have another 1-2. As there is a big 5 car fight. Jesus Christ. As the pressure from behind on Moore is getting bigger and bigger. Al-Fadil gap to Borkovic by 6.1 seconds. Borkovic obviously last race, quite a joke of a race for him, as he was making the same mistake. I think he made like 5 times in the same corner, and he damaged his car and had to go back to the pit, so it was quite ridiculous, some people would say, and some people were even saying in the media that he should get out of the team. He should be fired right after Bahrain, and he should be sent wherever he wants to go, but looks like Renault decided to keep him for more races, because he was competent in the first race as well, but he retired. Second race not so much, but he showed us sort of that he can be good, and in this race he's 4th position, and hopefully gonna bring the first points for Renault. It's nothing gonna happen, because Renault's luck this season hasn't been the best, obviously. 2006 were champions, and now nothing. So we will see how this will go on, but definitely there is a fight going on. Yago makes a mistake. Oh, look at the dive. Nothing happened really. Guys, very interesting camera view of how the suspension is working while his car is on the track. Kolka is trying to overtake Sütő. He managed to overtake Iago, but Sütő still holding up everybody who's ahead. 11th place, and who's behind? 11th. as Moore's problem with Al Fadil behind is getting bigger and bigger lap by lap. As the Sütő Kokai fight is still going on, and Kokai now launches the dive bomb and looks like he's got the move done. Yes, he indeed has done the move. Martinez just made a small mistake. Can Blackmore finally? Not finally, not Blackmore. I mean, Alpha will get ahead. Sempre a Sabino. Liberta in the meantime building a gap to more behind. And yeah, there is not much to add to this race right now. That is quite boring, to be honest. So nothing's really happening. There is some fight in the mid, but they are basically what they're doing is they try to launch a dive bomb, they fuck it up, and then they just go again. So yeah, that's the story of the race right now everywhere, as this is probably the most entertaining fight we have between Blackmore and Amin Al Fadil. Renault versus Ferrari. As Al Fadil tries to make the move and gets the move done. Not much to say, we waited for this for a quite long time. As Alpha will take second, and it's Ferrari 1-2, Renault 3-4. As look at the gap already. Alpha just making gap, and Fraser against it's Brotsiuk, because Brotsiuk gets the move done and moves to points position. Brotsiuk is 8th, while Fraser drops down to 9th. The Toro Rosso on absolute brilliant pace. Guys in the chat, hello, let me know what you think about the race. Feel free to express your feelings and maybe start something to be talking about, because certainly right now this race is boring. So feel free to tell me whatever you want. Miklos Gal trying to make a move on his teammate ahead, or Frederik Sütő, but Sütő is defending well, even though his race is not going so well, let's be honest. waiting for pit stops. Basically, yeah, Ruslan, I agree. Hopefully the pit stops will be the ones that will change the core of the race, and we will have some more interesting fights than just those we see now that goes for a move, doesn't do it well, and then, you know, it's just done. Yeah, but to get back to Ruslan, I think what you say is something true, yeah. I think that pit stops are gonna be the only thing that probably and hopefully gonna be able to change the core of the race as Kokai goes from one Parachki ahead, and he does that. Yeah, I mean, because if you look at how the race is going, the start was quite interesting, then we had a few laps that people were in fights, then Arnold crashed, and after that, there was nothing on. Then, oh, it's Gal with a save of his life. I'm about to say Arnold's crash, and then we have to wait a few laps for Alpha Deal to get the move on more done. And then this is the next interesting thing that happened, because we have nothing else to see, because anything that happens beside that is basically cars trying to go for a move, but then he breaks a bit earlier. That's it. There's no fight. You know, this is the fight done. So I hope the pit stops are gonna shuffle things around, and then we're gonna see some fights. I hope so. And crashes or something, I don't know. And I'm quite sure that the pit stops are shortly about to start. And finally, there's gonna be some interesting stuff happening. Hopefully. Oh no! Oh mama! Oh my great mama, I wasn't looking on my monitor for a brief second and Alberta is out of the race. Oh, an engine issue. On the last sector, the car already sounding a bit weird, and now it just happened. You can see there's an engine problem on his wheel, but he was keeping it on. Maybe the team tried to cap him out to try to fix the issue, but I don't think there's much to be fixed about this car. The race leader is out of the race. And as I was saying, Ferrari has to be watching out, because one of the Ferrari engine cars had very sort of the same issue. And now it's the second victim of the race with the Ferrari engines, and there is still at least one Ferrari engine car that's at the top, and that's Amin Al-Fadil. If he's gonna have the same problem, I'm gonna go crazy. As we see, the first few cars already going to take into the pits. No cars having problems, as I can see. But there's one car that definitely has a problem. He's still going. He's still going. The championship leader, more than probably, no more the championship leader. 10 points for him. Oh, not 10 points. No, sorry. It's Amin Al-Fadil who's leading the race, right? I mean, let's be honest. If he would have won the race, he would have taken the championship lead. But now we can clearly say no more leading the championship. No more is gonna take the championship lead. And that's gonna be now a big question on Ferrari's minds. What has just happened? As we see the first pit stops in there. Bobos being held up. Kolasek getting out first. Fraser. Perfect pit stop for them, and we're gonna see some multiple cars. Renault also coming to the pits in a very short while. This is Alex Luan in the pits again, for the last time, hopefully this race. Al-Fadil going to pit, like more going to pit. Now that promotes Borkovic to third. That's gonna be quite helpful for them. Is he gonna get held up? No, he won't. Moore also not gonna get held up. See, Waldinger splits up. Obviously, he has to go completely to the end of the pits. Bobos is fighting against Sütő, and both of the McLarens catch up, but he takes it. And Kolasek just did something good because he's 5th ahead of both of the McLarens. I'm quite sure it's gonna be helpful. Sugaraye also in for his stop, and he has to wait. Oh god. Borkovic is coming in as well. With 20 laps to go. Half of the race distance done for Borkovic. This race is purely a fight between the Ferraris and the Renaults. No McLarens to be seen anywhere on the track. Gets back to 4th position as Rossi is 2nd, but he hasn't pitted yet. And is he gonna dive the Ferrari back? Oh yes, he is! Oh mamma mia! Rossi leads the race for the first time this season. What a job! Rossi is holding up the Ferraris like it's nothing, and then that gives a big chance to Blake Moore now. What a job from Ruslan Brodsuk. Towards Blake Moore, not towards Al-Fadil, that's for sure, because that's gonna hold Al-Fadil up a very lot. Like a lot. And this gives a big chance for Moore to take on Al-Fadil. We know Brodsuk is gonna be pitting this lap. Dimitrov. Look at Protsu, he's going to the pit lane. And can Blake Moore get any close to the Ferrari at by Ruslan saying sorry? I mean, he was behind him for some time, and now that's not in the reaching distance. Let's see the pit stop from Ruslan Protsu, who was in points. I would say in the points territory quite deep. And the water jump he did. He definitely lost some time now, but let's see. The new Bridgestones come on. He jumped already back to 4th. Very good pit stop. Already back to 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. And this is Miklos Gal back into the pits. As it's also Blackwood goes into the pits. And yes, Prosecutors back to 8th position. Much ahead of Fraser. So he's quite safe in points. As Gal comes back, Blackwood comes back. As this fight looks like, well, it's not gonna be such a big fight in the end, it looks like, because Alpha Daskar is just better. Identical. Sütő defending position against his opponent, who's going to launch a dive, but it's simply not enough. Sütő versus his brother. Which one is gonna get most out of it? And Danilo Yago, it looks like. Yago thinking twice about going for the move again. Project at 7th place, chasing the Bobos, if you can call it like that. Not so sure. With 14 to go. Borkovic at 3rd. Looking like to be right now a great point scoring race for Renault. As Miklos Gal is going for Barachki ahead and gets the move done. We haven't seen crashes yet this race, and no, it's not done for Gal actually. We haven't seen any sort of crash yet, so that's quite disappointing to be honest. But the race is going on. Please guys, feel free to chat with me, so we have something to talk about, because in this race there's not much to be talked about besides some fights going on. As Waldinger and Darabosh wait, hold up, what? Oh no, is it who I think it is? It's Kulashek. He has an issue. An electrical issue for Kulashek, and that's the point stream done for the Czech driver. From 4th place, the dream of scoring major points is off. That's, to be honest, that's quite a sad moment to see. He comes back, he has still... No, there's no chance. There's absolutely no chance he's gonna keep it in points. So we can say bye-bye to Kulashek. He's out of points now. I'm absolutely gutted for him. It's not terminal, that's true. But you know. Blackwood going for Kulashek. Got out his jump. And there's a Blackwood going to it as well. And if I was talking that nobody has crashed there yet, now there is somebody who crashed. "13 laps to go. And there's been a crash. Well, it looks like Barachki has survived it somehow. If he can bring it back to the track, but it looks like right now he can't. What's he doing? Well, let's go back a little. Let's have a look at what happened actually. Side by side, Kulashek already coming out behind. Blackwood pushed him off a little, and he just pushed him off and destroyed his rear left is. He didn't really try to make the cone; it just went straight into him. So, and somehow he just didn't retire. I don't know how that was. This ain't not the best one, but also works. He finally got it back to the track. But that's quite old from him. Well, he will try and get it back, that's for sure. It's quite a big gap to Borkovic behind, actually. Let's see how big the gap is, actually. I want to see that. 14 seconds. The gap is going up and up. As Moore and Alpha Dil have 3 seconds between the two of each other, 2.9, but slowly gonna be 3, I must say. So I was talking about the first crash, that we didn't yet see a crash happening in the race. Well, there we go. A crash. Thanks for the 100 emotes in the chat. I appreciate it. So guys, if you want to talk about anything, feel free to say it in chat, so we have something to talk about for the last 10 laps, because I think it's not gonna be any better, this race. I think this is how we see it now, this is how it's gonna end as well. So feel free to let me know in chat about something you wish to talk about or something, and let's get it done. Let's start talking. As we got here, holds the Ferrari up a little, but eventually lets him through probably the worst part of corners you can let a car through, but he just did. So yeah, he did. Boris did a good job, even though he lost his pole position. He's still at least there, as a little look up from Alex Luan. Yeah, well, he lost his pole position, but he's still second, and he's still doing a good job of scoring points for Renault. Also, good job from Borkovic, and good job from Kolasek as well, who might have dropped back, but it's not really his problem. There's an actual issue. And yeah, traffic was cleared quite well, but you see, is that probably the worst part of the track where you can possibly get the traffic, and when traffic lets you through like this, it's, you know, not the best. But Sütő defending against his brother still. This fight has been going on for some time now. The Sütő family fight, obviously Danilo Iago, not named Sütő, but because he uses his internet name, let's say. Danilo Iago and the Sütő, the brotherhood fight still going on, and still we have Sütő as the winner, even though they're not fighting for points really because it's from B12, but still Sütő defending well. Iago still cannot bring it done. Oh, look at Gal taking position from Iago, and now he's focusing on Sütő ahead. but still. Oh, sorry, I didn't look. Oh, what the hell? Sütő is out. And oh, Rob Moore! No way! Blake Moore! No freaking way! An oil leak from Sütő's car. Throw. Oh, I don't understand what happened there, but that was not Sütő's fault, that's for sure. And Moore with no time to react. The car just, the tire just bounced back, and look at Alpha. It could be him, he couldn't see anything, it could have been him simply. And this is Moore's race done. Not so much, but he has to pit first and see where he's gonna come back, but that's just unlucky. I think he's just gonna drop back to third. If maybe Waldinger's gonna get ahead, I have no idea. Oh no, I don't even want to look. Oh no. Look at Moore, let's look. Can he get third at least? Let's see. It's gonna be a long pit stop, I'm afraid. And he's back to third now. No, that's not enough. He's jumping back to fifth at least. That's a Waldinger. there is there's Darabos and Waldinger, sorry, and he's jumping back to 5th. Yes, behind. No, he's back to even 6th. The Toro Rosso, Ruslan Brodsuk, back to 5th position. There's still yellow flags on the track. No. Oh, that's why. Shooter still being pulled away. Could have been ruined together. Yes, terrible timing for Blake, and both me and Moore's race could have been ruined together. Indeed, it could have been ruined very much, and for Moore it was ruined actually a lot. Unlucky for Sütő, he wasn't scoring points anyway, but you know, still unlucky. That Bruce Valding at the 3rd and Darabos the 4th. Even though, let's be honest, McLarens have been nowhere this race. They haven't been that good. That they had a quite okay start, they kept the positions, and they've been lucky most of the time, but they haven't really had so much pace. And now Brodsuk has to defend against Moore if he wants to keep 5th position, and major points for the Toro Rosso driver. Zborkovic is 2nd with a big gap to the leader of Alfa last time. It was 18.9 seconds. Is it going to be any higher? And it is 19.1 already. Gal, Martinez, other Gal, Miklos Gal, Kulasek, almost in points. Fraser is in points at the moment. Koka is in 7th. The other, Super Aguri, about to score points. That's Blackwood actually. I haven't seen Blackwood. Is Blackwood actually out of the race? My Blackwood has been out. What? When did Blackwood retire? I haven't seen Blackwood retiring. Or I just don't remember. But I haven't seen Blackwood retiring, that's for sure. Okay, how many days? I'm sorry. I haven't really seen Blackwood retiring. I might have completely missed him. It might have been on stream, but I completely missed it. Maybe I was, I don't know, asleep. 3 laps to go. Well, after the mediocre race last time for Borkovic, this one looks very promising for him. And looks like he's gonna have his first podium this season. Took him 3 races, but got there in the end. But still, 2 laps to go. Let's wait for that. Al-Fadil chasing the cars ahead. More, a 119.0 fastest lap of the race. Oh, and Brodsuk already being overtaken by Moore. He's back to 5th. The 2 McLarens ahead. Is there a reason for them to be worried? Indeed there is. 2 laps for him to chase the cars ahead. As Borkovic gets his lap done. Toyota. Martinez, the mistake. Oh, a bit too much of curb, like it looks like, and yeah, it's fine. Back onto the track he goes. Borkovic. Last lap has started. Only question, is it gonna be enough for Moore to get his hands on the McLarens ahead? And looks like there's gonna be at least one overtake, and he's gonna bring it back, it looks like. At least to 4th position, if not the 3rd. 4th is looking quite realistic as they go side by side going into turn 1. And he has moved up to 4th position now. A clean overtake, but can he get it done one more time back to podium? The Waldinger, the car he's chasing, like no other. It's gonna be difficult, but not impossible. Last time the gap was 1.2. I'm quite sure it's less than 1 second now. But look at the pace, look at how he's pushing, look at he's giving absolutely everything. Alpha Deal, sorry, Alpha Deal already won the race. I apologize. Alpha Deal already winning the race. Luan 13th, Jago 14th, Tidsley coming in 15th, Borkovic taking second place after quite unlucky Blake Moore, but at least one of the Renaults is taking second place. Important points for Borkovic and for Renault. The first points scored for both Borkovic and Renault. Hugo Rai ends up in 16th position, Waldinger in third, and looks like Waldinger is gonna keep third. Yes, he is. Waldinger keeps third. Moore fights back for fourth position. Brilliant job. Another points for Renault. Darabash in fifth. Protsuk with a brilliant race again. Points again for them in sixth. Kokai and Super Aguri Honda one more time in the points for the Super Aguri team. And more points for them. Absolutely brilliant job. Parachki up to 17th. Even Kokai managed to get the Toyota driver. Not so good for them, let's be honest. Kulacek in 8th. Gets it back to points, Kulacek somehow. In the end, he's a point scorer, and Fraser 9th in the BMW. Not so good for Fraser. First time finishing the race, and not in the points. Miklos Gal in 10th. Then it's Rosita Martinez into Williams in 11th. Then it's Sylvester Gal 12th with the other Williams car. And that's race done. Race took 53 minutes. I'm quite sure if he wouldn't have Norberto out of the race, he would be the winner. But, you know, that's not how it works. So let's again go through this. I mean, Alpha Dil winning the race with 21 seconds behind Balid Borkovic, then Bence Waldinger in third, Blake Moore in fourth. Then Daniel Bosch in 5th, Ruslan Protsuk 6th, Marko Kai 7th, Wojtek Kulasek 8th, 9th is Daniel Fraser. Outside of the points, obviously, Miklos Gal, Rosita Martinez 11th, Sylvester Gal 12th, Alex Luan 13th, Daniel Iago 14th, Jake Tisley 15th, Hugo Rai 16th, and Anis Parachki 17th. And the retiring drivers of Jozef Frederik Sütő with the oil leak, Jafari Blackwood with I have no idea what happened, but DNF. Albert Alberta with engine issue, Radoslav Micic with the water leak, and Alex Arnold crashing out himself in the race. It wasn't such a bad race, it was quite a boring race though. And the driver's best laps, it's Blake Moore with 1:19.0 for the fastest lap. I mean, Alpha was the closest one, 0.3 of the fastest lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for us to move to the national anthems. And let me get that done quickly for you, please. So, just a second, please. That's one done, and obviously, if I'm correct, then Amen is a Sudanese driver from Sudan. So, and if I'm right, that should be the flag of Sudan. So, yep. Okay, should be working now. So, ladies and gentlemen, time for the anthem of the winning driver from Sudan, Amen Al Fadil.
نحن جند الله جند الوطن إن دعا داعي الفداء لن نخن نتحدى الموت عند المحن نشتري المجد بأغلى ثمن هذه الأرض لنا فليعش سوداننا علما بين الأمم يا بني السودان هذا رمزكم يحمل العتق ويحمي أرضكم.
And that was the anthem of the winning driver. Let's move on to the anthem of the winning team, Scuderia Ferrari, and the Italian anthem. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the race done for today. We see obviously Alpha Deal, the race winner of the race. Thanks a lot for watching again. As always, much appreciated that you have tuned in for today, and yeah, thanks a lot that you've been here, you've been watching again, and yeah, thanks. See you guys next time. Obviously, as always, we're gonna have a music at the end, little music for the end, and then we say goodbye, and we see each other next time, hopefully in a short while. We'll see how much time I will have in the upcoming days, and yeah, thank you guys, and bye bye, see you.
Откуда ты знаешь меня? Даже я не знаю себя. В моем стакане вода, а в твоем стакане правда. И ты очень хочешь ее поменять, да, ты хочешь ее поменять. Но я лью всю правду на стол. Зачем она мне нужна? Твоя любовь — это 3 колеса. Она приходила в 4 утра. Блокирую номер уже в 5-й раз. Скажи, где вы были, когда я опаздывал на поезда? Да, эти суки меняют места. У этих сук черные глаза, взгляды через зал, я их знаю. Сегодня голову я посылаю на рестарт. Мы весь вечер ходим по краю. Мне кажется, это матрица. Я их не встречал, я их знаю. Ты шепчешь про любовь, перестань, я же знаю. Твоя любовь — это 3 колеса. Твоя любовь — это 3 колеса. Мой телефон автомат, стреляю в нее, в меня прилетает ее аромат. У нее уже руки болят, я пью лимонад, щелкает фотоаппарат. Не, мы не воры, но сегодня пришли воровать. Спрячь свою телку от нас, да. Хватит мне руки марать, да. Хватит искать здесь мораль, да. Зачем тебе шмотки за штук 50, если мы погружаемся в ад? И твоя Прада горит, твои подруги горят. Мы научили так жить вас, теперь угораем от вас. Все же смотрю на нее, она смотрит на меня. Говорит не про любовь, твоя любовь это 3 колеса. Твоя любовь это 3 колеса. Твоя любовь это 3 колеса.